There are about 8 billion conscious minds alive on Earth right now. In just 100 years, almost all of us will be gone. And in 10,000 years, human society as we know it might vanish completely. But there's a question that haunts astrophysicists late at night, a question darker than the end of humanity itself. What happens when you become the last living thinking being in the entire universe? Not just the last human, but the final spark of awareness, the last mind to feel, to wonder, to hope. Today, we're going to explore this unsettling idea. And strangely enough, even in this deepest kind of cosmic loneliness, there may still be a reason for hope. Let me give you a mental image that might haunt you for weeks. Picture the year, a 1 followed by 100 zeros. By then, Hawking radiation has erased the final black holes. The universe is cold, dark, and endlessly expanding into emptiness. And somehow, you're still here. Maybe your consciousness was uploaded into a quantum computer, clinging to its last scraps of energy. Maybe you exist in a form we can't yet imagine. But the point is, you're completely alone, awake, aware, and eternal. Think back to the longest time you've ever truly spent by yourself. A few hours, maybe a few days. Now stretch that across infinity. All the stars are dead, all the planets are frozen, and every other mind that ever existed is gone. What's truly unsettling, though, is what this forces us to ask about the nature of awareness itself. Right now, your thoughts bounce off billions of other minds. You share memories, jokes, arguments, a living web of consciousness. But what is consciousness when there's nothing else left to be conscious of? Scientists call this the observer problem, taken to its most terrifying extreme. If you're the last observer, does anything still exist when you're not looking? When you turn your gaze away, does that lonely galaxy simply vanish? Are you, completely alone, creating reality itself, moment by moment? Now, let's talk about the physics, because this isn't just science fiction. This is the actual path our universe is headed down. According to the second law of thermodynamics, entropy always increases. Like a cosmic battery slowly running out, the universe is winding down. Eventually, physicists say we'll reach a state of maximum entropy, the so called heat death, when nothing more can happen and no work can be done. But here's where it gets interesting. Some scientists think that awareness itself might be the universe's last defense against entropy. Every time you make a choice or think a thought, you create information. You carve patterns out of chaos, tiny moments of order in an otherwise decaying cosmos. Neuroscientist Giulio Tononi's integrated information theory suggests that consciousness is the integration of information. The richer and more interconnected that processing is, the deeper the consciousness. And if you were the last living mind, you wouldn't just be witnessing the end, you'd be the universe's final act of self organization, its last conscious spark, taking one last look at itself before the darkness closes in. But quantum mechanics has an even stranger twist to offer. According to some interpretations, reality itself is shaped, even created, by observation. Conscious awareness collapses quantum wave functions, forcing possibilities into concrete reality. If that's true, then as the last observer, you wouldn't just watch the universe die. You'd decide what parts of it remain real in its final moments. The Copenhagen interpretation says nothing has definite properties until it's observed. Schrödinger's cat isn't just alive or dead, it's undefined until someone looks. In that cold, empty future, you would become the ultimate judge of what the universe still is, and what simply fades away. Now we come to the true intellectual nightmare that makes this scenario so haunting. Without connection, what is consciousness really for? Philosophers like Sartre called this idea being for others. We partly exist through our relationships. When someone laughs at your joke, understands you, or even argues with you, they're affirming that you are real. But as the final conscious being, you become the ultimate existential island. Your thoughts, your stories, they all die with you. When your mind finally goes dark, every memory, insight, and beautiful or terrifying moment vanishes forever. Yet, maybe that isn't the whole story. Maybe consciousness isn't just about being seen by others. Maybe it's something deeper, the very act of experiencing the universe from the inside. As Carl Sagan said, we are a way for the universe to know itself. As the last conscious being, you're not simply closing the book, you're the universe's final page of self awareness. All of cosmic history lives in you. Every sunset you've ever watched, every love you felt, every idea that lit up your mind, they're all etched into the patterns of your consciousness. In that final moment, you become a living archive of everything that ever mattered. This might sound crazy, but stay with me for a moment while we explore a possible answer to our cosmic loneliness. What if consciousness isn't just an evolutionary accident? What if it's actually the point of it all? Some physicists and philosophers have proposed that instead of consciousness merely emerging from matter, consciousness itself might be the fundamental fabric of reality. According to the anthropic principle, the universe seems strangely fine tuned for life and awareness. Change even a single fundamental constant, and stars wouldn't form, chemistry wouldn't work, and conscious beings would never appear. Now imagine this. In those final moments, as your consciousness holds the entire story of the cosmos, perhaps you're planting the seeds for the next cycle. Maybe new universes are actually born from awareness itself, a cosmic reboot sparked by the last spark of thought. Or consider this. What if, from the perspective of consciousness, time isn't linear at all? As entropy draws the universe toward its end, maybe your awareness slips outside of time, experiencing all of history, past, present, and future, as a single, eternal moment. In that timeless space, every conscious being that ever existed is still alive, still thinking, still connected. And maybe, just maybe, consciousness isn't limited by space-time. Your awareness, as the final observer, could be what truly ties together all minds that ever were or ever will be, reaching across the entire sweep of existence. In that view, you're never truly alone. What feels like isolation is just an illusion created by linear time. Underneath it all, there's a vast, timeless network of consciousness, and you're forever a part of it. Look, this scenario probably won't happen to us, but thinking about it reveals something beautiful about consciousness right now, in this very moment. Every time you truly see someone, share a thought, or make a genuine connection, you're taking part in the universe's process of discovering itself. You're part of something vast, ancient, and deeply precious. The real miracle isn't just that the universe exists, it's that matter can arrange itself into patterns that can feel wonder, love, joy, and yes, even existential dread at the thought of ultimate loneliness. It's not a coincidence that the cosmos became conscious. It might just be its greatest achievement. So next time you feel alone, remember, you're not just you. You are the universe experiencing itself through your eyes, your thoughts, your heart, and that connection, it might transcend time, space, and even death itself.